This is my first time trying to create something coherent. So like any first project, it's gonna suck all around. So if you're gonna make fun of a 30-something dude being outclassed by a 16-year-old with a laptop, you've come to the right place. Today, I bring impressions of something that isn't talked about often, and part of my concern about other quote-unquote influencers in 2021 talking about a close to 20-something-year-old game that will rekindle popularity and fuel this Armageddon that the classic games market is right now. Just to be clear, this isn't a full review, just impressions for a couple hours to see if it's even possible to storyboard something like this in a weekend to kickstart my creative spirit, if I even have any. Setup for my capture is a Tink 5X at 1440p using a motion adaptive deinterlace, but only capturing at 1080p with my Elgato Cam Link, and using OPL via Ethernet using a little Raspberry Pi 3 utilizing SMB share. Is that too much technical info for a 5 to 10 minute review, if that? Oh well. Genji, developed by Yoshiki Okamoto, who according to his wiki has a fairly eclectic game catalog under his belt, and published by Sony, is an exclusive to the PS2, is a very loose adaptation of the Tale of Heike, I think, which takes place during the Genpei War that took place between 1180 to 1185. The details for most people in the West will be just unknown. So far, impressions are fairly good, despite camera angles making navigation awkward at times, and the gameplay having a very limited amount of combos, both Benkei and Yoshitsune playing very differently, with Yoshi and Ben 10 playing very differently, with one being the fast and nimble, and the other having long charge-ups with delivery very satisfying knockback. The map is set up like Final Fantasy X, with set paths of traversal with a very what I think is Buddhist influences, many faces, abundance of gold galore. Outside of normal combat, you come across several merchants who sell your typical weapons, armor, accessories that provide your normal ARPG buffs with your ill-gotten gains. Boss fights, who very much remind me of a much more forgiving Ninja Gaiden Black, with their big HP bars and very telegraphed attacks. Some can turn into slog matches, especially as a lot of bosses like to do their charge attack while you're on the ground defenseless at the time, and hit perfectly when you get up, repeating ad nauseum. The really perplexing thing is what these materia-looking orbs are supposed to do. They're in essence a special that requires timing that for basic enemies works very well with a Kurosawa-esque rapid movement that decimates them in one hit and rewards you with replenishing a gauge, both HP and special, if you can clear the room this way. All fine and well until you deal with any sort of boss, including these beefy boys during their little temper tantrums when you use it. I never see the prompt, and I always get punished. I'm probably doing something wrong, but until I figure it out, it's definitely the most frustrating aspect of this game. I could talk more about how there's a hotkey, or how jumping is frustrating, or the fact that boss fights require me to spend almost all my money on healing items, but I think I'll leave it there for now. I know everyone does this, but seriously, thank you for watching this. I'm as new as it gets when it comes to this stuff, so who knows about future projects. If you for some insane reason like this content, then you know the things to do. I'll see you lads later. Mech out.